Freshmen, you're about to share a living space with 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 people. It will be tricky at times. You're gonna have to figure out everyone's sleeping, shower, and class schedule, room temperature preferences. Your roommate's probably gonna annoy you at times, and you're probably gonna annoy them.
Well, you moved in with your best friend here.
Well, when I was in the dorm, I was in a dorm for a semester, and it was someone random, and I honestly didn't have that bad of an experience. I think it's a cool thing to do to kind of move in with someone random, because I feel like when you move in with your best friend that you came here with from high school, it's just kind of like
you don't really branch out.
Yeah, it doesn't give you a chance to branch out. And so this girl had different interests, different hobbies. I mean, we didn't really hang out that much, but I thought it was nice because she gave me my space, I gave her hers, and then we were still, there for each other when we needed something. So.
My roommate was a complete stranger when I first met her, and she ended up being my absolute best friend. So do not be afraid of getting the random roommate. I have heard, don't make friends roommates. I've seen it both ways, where that works and where that doesn't work. Personally, I would rather use that to meet new people, because if you're going in with somebody you already know their group of friends probably, and it's harder to get out there and meet different types of people. So personally, I would say go for the random roommate. And I mean, you can work out any problems you do have. It's really good life experience, just meeting those different types of people, and you're gonna have a lot of fun with just showing up and, hey, you're my roommate for the next year, and you meet so many different people through that person.
As far as best friend, you're gonna get to know your best friend even better. So just be ready for that, especially if y'all never lived together. You're gonna get to see a whole new side of your best friend.
And then with the friend thing, sometimes you can live with your friends, but some friends can't live together. So if you feel like it is gonna be a bad idea, go ahead and not live with them, because you might think that'll break your friendship up by not living with them, but it might break your friendship up more if you do live with them.
I moved in with somebody I completely didn't know. They didn't even have a Facebook, so I couldn't creep on them or anything. And it was good. We set ground rules and kind of knew where each other were. So just don't be so closed-minded to where you're gonna be afraid of whoever you get. Usually you make friends with them. Nobody's gonna be a super creeper and just stay in their room all day. So, and even if you're not good friends with them, you're gonna meet other people. And I honestly didn't stay in my dorm that much. I stayed in my friends' dorms a lot. So, and I kind of wouldn't suggest being with a friend, rooming with a friend, just because you've never been with them 24/7 like you are when you're in the dorms. So the little stuff starts to just nitpick at you, and it kind of tears away at friendship a little bit.
It was
I
nice.
did the complete opposite. I came here with a girl who I had known since 6th grade, and we decided to be roommates here. And it didn't really work out, but we are still really great friends, and we just both decided if we wanted to keep our friendship, we would have to live separately, because it was just not, I'm very OCD, and I like to have fun. And
I mean, and y'all joined the same sorority.
We
so
did. We were all in the same sorority, so it was we were together at all times. And I still love her to death. It's still awesome. We still hang out, but I would suggest living with someone that you don't know.
Random people. I had a random roommate. I still remember Ryan Bartosh. She doesn't go here anymore, but he was one of the coolest people I ever met. I never looked him up on Facebook or anything. He stalked me, but that's okay. But yeah, he was my roommate my freshman year. I think the biggest thing when you go in with a random roommate is you have to keep an open mind. You have to think you gotta think of the wildest thing, the complete opposite personality of you. If you do that, then it'll help ease your mind once you really meet them.
My advice with roommates is be open-minded. You may get a roommate that's completely different from you, but if you get to know him or her, you're probably going to have a lot in common. Just get to talking to them about why you chose Tarleton, what you like to do, what you don't like to do, and definitely set the guidelines in advance, because it could get real bad down the road if you don't have that set rules of who gets to shower first, or if you like to come in late or wake up early. Those are things that needs to be set within the first week of y'all living together if you don't know them. If you're best friends, that could be a little bit sticky too, because y'all aren't used to living with each other. So always be careful and know what you're getting yourself into for sure.
Y'all don't know each other. I think you should come into an agreement, right? Like on day one, come into agreements, like I said, with air conditioning or food-wise or people coming over or how long you can stay the night, leave the lights on. I feel like y'all should make like on paper and sign it, because there's a lot of problems if you don't address problems from the beginning or what you're comfortable and not comfortable with.
Don't let it like build up. That's the one thing that kind of I've noticed, like a lot of people that do have roommates, they let stuff build up and then it just kind of like explodes. If you have like an issue, like just tell your roommate like, hey, can you do the dishes that you used? Something simple. Don't wait till like it's the fork she used and it was like the last straw you can take and then like yell at her. Communication is a huge key. I know that's hard a lot of times, but if you just talk, I mean, you're gonna have conflicts with your roommate no matter if it's your best friend or a random person. But if you just tell them like, hey, can you just please do the dishes? Or hey, can you just pick up your room a little bit? That's gonna come off better than you yelling at them at the last straw for something that was so simple that you could have like solved months ago.
I'm personally the messy roommate. My roommate is a perfectionist. Whenever we have issues though, it's important to sit down and be honest. Don't let things boil inside of you and talk badly about your roommate behind their back. Whenever something bothers you, just say, hey, you know, that's kind of a pet peeve of mine.
It's always good to set the ground rules first, just so you know, like, hey, don't use my toothbrush, you know, simple stuff. Don't eat my Pop-Tarts that are in my closet. But, you know, if you're the messy roommate, just try not to do it to the whole room. Maybe just keep your mess to one side. Somebody else stays clean to one side. I mean, if you're both messy, then I guess y'all can just live in mess together, but I was not a fan of the mess. So usually I just told my roommate, like, hey, if you know, have trash, throw it away. Don't leave empty soda cans around and stuff like that. So
if you're gonna be junky or nasty, just keep it to yourself. If y'all are in one room. If you share the fridge, the bathroom, make sure you clean up after yourself when you do it. And if you have junk everywhere, make sure it's all on your bed. Or if you live in Legends or Legacy or something like that, it's all on your side of the room.
First, you should try to talk to them. Don't be that person that it doesn't say anything, just acts mean towards your roommate and not tells them anything, because that doesn't get solved. So definitely maybe text them if it's a little awkward in the beginning, like, hey, we need to talk, or text them like what your problems are.
But my roommate, she's funny. She does.
Hey, Em.
I know. Hey, love ya. Don't hate me. She knows she's a little unorganized, but that's okay. We still love her. And it's funny though, because she'll always be like, Nikki, do you know where my charger is? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's underneath
Or
the
her
couch.
keys.
Or
She's
her
really
keys.
bad, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm always like, oh, fine, I'll come meet you at the apartment. I'll let you in. Like, she just loves life, and so she's really scatterbrained, and so
Yeah.
it's like I'm always having to find things for her, but I usually always know where it is. Like, it just shows me I'm gonna be a great mom one day.
So once my roommate, he was crazy, but he was missing for like, I don't remember if it was 3 days or 3 weeks, but it was a long time. And he had clothes like piled up in front of his closet, and he had like Harry Potter style trunks. And I was like, what if he's dead in this room? And so I like remember having like kick his pile of clothes, think there's a body in there, and opening his trunk to make sure that like he wasn't still in the room. And thankfully he wasn't, but that was the craziest time I remember with my roommate.
Hi, I'm Marissa Pena. Senior.
Oh wait, let's do that one more time.
What's wrong with you?
The world is your oyster.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, can you edit that? I want to change my answer.
So you're not, you know, wearing the same raggedy t-shirt every day.
No, I don't, but I think they're cute. Jesus won.
I'm me, and I'm free, you know? Like,